Welcome to Radio Bravery Live. I'm your host, Justin Belshaw. This is a special report for Radio Bravery. You can find us at youtube.com/RadioBravery. This is V for Vigilant, Portland's growing violence epidemic. The truth about what's really going on in Portland, Oregon today. I'm your host, Justin Belshaw. This is youtube.com/RadioBravery, and we are live on this V for Vigilance special report. Molon Labe, come and take them. This is a classical expression of defiance. According to Plutarch, King of Persia demanded that the Spartans surrender their weapons, and King Leonidas responded with this phrase, Molon Labe. When properly transliterated with diacritics, the spelling becomes Molon Labe. The modern Greek pronunciation is somewhat different from the ancient Greek, come and take them or come and take it. This was a demand from the king trying to take over Leonidas and demanding that the small amount of Spartans against the Trojans surrender their weapons and surrender their king, Leonidas. And he was defiant with the phrase Molon Labe. Absolutely fucking not. No, we will never surrender. We will never let down our weapons, and you can come and take them. And that is a great historical phrase to lead us into this V for Vigilance special report on what's going on in Portland, Oregon today. This is an article from Coin 6 News out of Portland, Oregon. Victim in random Old Town stabbing dies. And this is from May 8th, an attack in Old Town Chinatown in Portland, Oregon. A 37-year-old man who was stabbed multiple times in a random attack in Northwest Portland died on Tuesday, family sources say. Jacob Schroyer was put in a medically induced coma following the attack on May 8th. This was Schroyer worked at a barbershop, Bishop's Barbershop, and was a well-known DJ at CC Slaughter's, which is a gay bar in downtown Portland, Oregon. A co-worker told Coin 6 that Schroyer worked at Bishop's for a decade. This guy was 33 years old. I actually know a couple of people who knew this man, and he was a huge family man, very positive, very outgoing, friendly person. You can just look at his pictures right here. He's smiling, good-looking guy. He was stabbed to death and killed in a random stabbing in downtown Portland, Oregon. And that was just one of a couple. There was another one just before that. But now, last week, here's KATU2, News Channel 2 from Portland, Oregon. Also, young woman stabbed multiple times at Lloyd Center Max platform. Now, this is another one that I witnessed the aftermath personally while riding the Max. Portland police say a young woman was critically injured in a stabbing Friday afternoon, and a suspect has been arrested. Christopher Eugene Woods. Police responded to the incident just after 4 p.m. in broad daylight, right by the Lloyd Center Max station. This is a very, very populated area. If you don't know Portland, this is right by a park, right by a major park, Holiday Park, right by one of the biggest malls in Portland, Lloyd Center Mall. Very populated area. This was on a sunny, beautiful day. Tons of people out. 4 p.m. in the afternoon. They said the suspect and the victim, who was in her late teens or early 20s, appeared to not even know each other. Police said the suspect came up to her after a few words were exchanged and stabbed her multiple times. The victim was with two other young women. Police found and arrested the suspect near the Doubletree Hotel, which was across the street from the Max platform, and they said they found a knife at the scene. You can watch the video on this KATU.com article yourself, where someone actually took a video of the straight razor that he used to do the stabbings and cuttings, whatever it was. But 42-year-old Christopher Eugene Woods was arrested and is charged with second-degree assault and menacing. Seems a little light, but yes, this is the third attack in a week and a half here in Portland, Oregon. And that leads me to why I'm doing this special report, because of yesterday. There was another attack, and this is a string of events that seems to be unconnected, but also in a certain way connected, and that's why I'm doing this special report, V for Vigilance, the truth about Portland, Oregon violence right now. This is from CNN.com. Man shouting anti-everything slurs kills 2 in Portland, police say. And this was on a MAX train once again. And I know that people may want to criticize the MAX security and whatnot, but MAX security and transit police has been upped every day. They've had a very big presence of security and transit police all over. So they are doing this, but you know, again, it just has to do with there's a lot of things to consider here, but let's look at this article. A man fatally stabbed 2 people and wounded a third on a commuter train in Oregon's largest city Friday as people confronted him for yelling a gamut of anti-Muslim and anti-everything slurs. Jeremy Joseph Christian, 35, was a metropolitan area resident. Would be characterized as hate speech toward a variety of ethnicities and religions. Christian may have directed slurs at 2 young women whom witness described as Muslim, one of whom was wearing a hijab, as 2 men tried to calm him down as he was screaming at these Muslim women on the MAX. Christian stabbed them and 1 other man. The 2 men who died were identified as Ricky John Best, 53, of Happy Valley, and Taliesin Meridian Namkai Meche, 23, of Portland. These 2 men intervened while this guy was screaming anti-Muslim, just absolute racial remarks. And then a third guy, Micah David Cole Fletcher, 21, still at the hospital with serious but non-life-threatening wounds. So 3 people were stabbed. 2 of them, I've heard reportedly, had their throats slit. This guy, Christian, was charged with 2 counts of aggravated murder and 1 count of attempted murder, all felonies. He was also charged with misdemeanors, 2 counts of second-degree intimidation, and a count of being a felon in possession of a restricted weapon. His felony convictions for robbery and kidnapping came in 2002. Goes on to say here, confrontations last month. Goes on to say that Christian appeared to cause a stir at a rally for free speech in Portland last month, shouting at people and at one point blurting a racial epithet. Videos from reporter Doug Brown of the Portland Mercury newspaper show Christian wearing a cap and draped in a Revolutionary War era flag identifies himself in one of the videos from a rally at Portland's Montevilla Park on April 29th. One of the videos shows him arriving with a baseball bat, which he handed over to one of the police officers who approached him. The videos show him shouting at people, at one point saying the N-word, as police officers separated him in front of others. I'm a nihilist at one point, he says. This is my safe space. Shut the fuck up, you dumb piece of shit. This is your safe space. Your only safe space now is going to be butt raped in prison, you fucking loser. Oh man, these people are fucking absolute losers of our demographic. These are planet Earth's rejects. The devil's rejects. The pathetic fucking losers who could never make anything out of themselves, who just sit out there and, oh, this is my safe space. I'm gonna go and scream and attack people and be violent and bring my knives out, you fucking psycho loser. Donald Trump said it very right when he was talking about the Manchester attack, and he was calling these the world's losers. These are the world's losers. And he says, Donald Trump says, I am not going to call them monsters or killers because they would like that. They would enjoy that. That's what they would love to be called. But no, you are not monsters or killers. You are pathetic pieces of garbage, fucking losers. Pathetic. And that's all it comes down to, is these people are preying on your ignorance and preying on the fact that you are unexpecting of this. They are preying on your lack of knowledge and your lack of vigilance. That's why the special report is called V for Vigilance, the truth about Portland, Oregon's violence. Now, let's go to, there's a quote here from Linda Sarsour, and I've definitely covered that race-baiting piece of shit, Linda Sarsour, but she's going to take advantage of this situation for you, and she's going to try to use it to her advantage by sending out a tweet. Talasin Murden Namkai Mache, he will always be remembered as a hero, one of the victims of Portland stabbing. And she posts a picture of this guy and says that he's a hero. And I absolutely agree. The one right thing that this dumbass Linda Sarsour has ever said is that this guy is an absolute hero. And I absolutely commend him for being a true fucking hero, a true man, a true human, a true representative of planet Earth, standing up for human rights, standing up for real people, unlike the fake Trojan horse piece of garbage Linda Sarsour. Now let me get to why Linda Sarsour is a race-baiting piece of shit. Let's look at this one right here. This is from the Gateway Pundit, Sharia law advocate and anti-Semite Linda Sarsour to be commencement speaker at taxpayer-funded CUNY. The idiots who are apparently running City University of New York have decided pro-Palestinian Sharia law advocate and vile spewer of hate Linda Sarsour is the best candidate to give a commencement speech. This is a woman who advocates for Sharia law that wants to cut off women's genitals, that wants to imprison women for driving cars, that wants to behead women for taking off their hijab. But Linda Sarsour wants Sharia law here in America for you, for women's rights. Here's some of the tweets from Linda Sarsour. You'll know when you're living under Sharia law if suddenly all your loans and credit cards become interest-free. Sounds nice, doesn't it? What the fuck does that have to do with Sharia law? Are you fucking insane? This girl, this woman, actually this little girl is trying to feed off of little things to try and get you to support Sharia law by bringing up your fucking loans and credit card interest. Are you kidding me? Sharia law wants to mutilate women's genitals. And this is what you, taxes and loans and credit cards. Oh, yeah, thanks, Linda Sarsour, you fucking race-baiting divider. Look at this one. A ban on Sharia law would ban the application or implementation of Islamic law in courts in any jurisdiction. Goes on to say, let's see here. Excuse me one sec. So goes on to say, right here, this is, let's see, where's these quotes go? Page is still loading here. Says here, then the people are actually going back at Sarsour and saying things like, if only my fellow liberals knew what Sharia law really was, or understood what Sharia law actually is. When the basics alone prove Sharia law is like oil to water, there's no reason to dig deeper. This logic Sarsour presents is like saying Jeffrey Dahmer was a good guy. You just have to look past the murder and cannibalism. Sharia law is reasonable, and once you read into the details, it makes a lot of sense. People just need to know the basics. Never forget, the feminists endorse this woman. She's the new face of the feminist movement. This evil person who wants to promote Sharia law. Sharia law. Look it up for yourself. And yeah, absolutely, she's totally right. If only people would actually fucking look up what Sharia law really is and what it really does. Because this woman wants to divide you. She wants to conquer you. But let's jump to this article right here of why or how the violence is becoming an epidemic nationwide. After a violent weekend, Chicago nearing 1,000 gunshot victims this year. Yeah, 1,000 just this year alone. And we all know what Chicago or Chirac, we all know what their gun laws are like, and we all know what they think about protecting yourself. Have you looked at the documentary of the what is it, One Night Alone or something like that, about the different groups of lesbians in New York and Newark who've been attacked for trying to defend themselves while being followed all over? Yeah, that's how it is in Chicago. You cannot defend yourself, you cannot have a weapon, you cannot protect yourself, and there are 1,000 gunshot victims this year. Yeah, that's from April 22nd. It's probably over 1,000 right now, I pretty much can guarantee that. Yeah, you know, no big deal, right? Let's look at this one right here from the Daily Caller. Concealed carry permit holder stops deadly shooter at San Antonio Mall. And this gets to the main point that I'm doing this for, which is get your Oregon CHL. A concealed carry permit holder stopped an armed robber Sunday at a San Antonio, Texas mall after the perpetrator shot and killed an unarmed man. According to News 4 San Antonio, 2 armed men tried to rob Kay Jewelers at the Rolling Oaks Mall just after 3:30 p.m., right in broad daylight. An unarmed Good Samaritan attempted to intervene to stop the robbery, but was shot and killed by one of the suspects. Yeah, an unarmed man going against 2 armed men. Lost, and now he's fucking dead. Another man with a firearm shot and injured the suspect who allegedly killed the unarmed man. According to News 4, the San Antonio Police Department spokesman said the second suspect was captured following a car wreck in Converse. Haha, yes, this guy with a fucking concealed carry, shot one of the suspects and stopped the robbery and stopped another person from being killed or hurt. And this is bringing me to my last point right here. Oregon CHL. Please go and do your course, get your certificate, get your training. Women, men, children, everybody, grandparents, fathers, dogs, cats, everybody, get your goddamn CHL right now. I don't care if you never use it. I hope you never use it. I hope that it collects dust in your back pocket for the next 30 fucking years. But until then, have it in your pocket in case you need to use it. It was made the Second Amendment next to the First to protect the First for a fucking reason. They didn't put it way down there at 13th, 14th, 17th, 29th Amendment. No, it's number 2 to protect number 1 because it's the second most important amendment. To fucking protect yourself, to have safety, to have the idea that you can walk out of your house and feel safe, be safe, go where and protect yourself. And people talk all day, men and rights, or men and women being equal. Women want to be equal. If you want to be equal as a man or a woman, equalize yourself. Equalize. This is how you do it. Because you have people out there who are carrying straight razors and they want to slit your fucking throat if you talk to them wrong. I just showed you 4 incidences of how this is happening every fucking day. And no one is protecting themselves. No one is gaining any more knowledge on how to make sure that this never happens to you. Because I sit here and I make sure this never happens to me with something like this. I carry this with me every day, everywhere I go. Then I have a backup in my bag. I have a throwing knife in my bag. And I have a concealed carry. And I am ready to fucking protect myself and protect anybody who tries to do anything like that. And if I was on that max, you know, I can't speak for anybody, and I'm not trying to say, because I know it's really hard in that adrenaline-filled moment, But I hope to God, if I was on that max, I would have fucking pulled out that knife. I would have pulled out my concealed carry, whatever it was, and I would have stopped that person dead in their fucking tracks. No way will I allow violence or crime to go on around me, and neither should you. V for vigilance. Be vigilant. Knowledge is power. Go and educate yourself. Take the CHL class and empower yourself with the knowledge that you know how to do this, you know how to protect yourself, and you know how to protect your neighbor. And until you do, you are a sitting duck. We are all sitting ducks waiting for more of these incidents to happen until we take it into our own hands. That doesn't mean go and be violent. That doesn't mean go and looking for trouble. It means prepare, plan, and stay vigilant. This is Radio Bravery Live. I'm your host, Justin Belshaw. I'm going to be putting this out with all the articles and all the things and headlines edited in, and we're going to try and get everybody out there today to protect themselves and equalize themselves. V for vigilance. This is the truth about Portland's growing crime and violence epidemic. And we are going to do some more special reports here coming soon on how to empower yourself as a woman, as a man, as an equalizer, and that's going to be having to do with Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu training and also concealed carry training and things like that. Because knowledge is power here on Radio Bravery Live, and I want you to be empowered because I love you. I love everyone, and I want everyone to get home safe every single day. I don't care who you are. I don't care what you have to say. I support your right to say it, and I support your right to be home free and happy, because that is our goal here at Radio Bravery Live, the pursuit of happiness, truth, and bravery in journalism. Thank you so much for joining me live. YouTube.com/Radio Bravery. Subscribe today. Thank you so much.